Hi, Todd's back, and depending where you are right now, you're either already into it or you're about to get into it, but everybody's going to be into it pretty soon. So.
Yeah, it's moving in fast, and this commute is not going to be fun pretty much everywhere in the state, especially near the coastline. Now, you're going to hear about a blizzard warning. It's the first of the year. I'm not sure if we had one last season. We did have one the year before. It's not so much about how much snow falls for a blizzard. It's more about what it produces. I mean, you could even get a blizzard warning with a sunny day out. It's all about the blowing part of the snow because of the wind gusts, and that reduces visibility to a quarter of a mile. And there's a good chance that happens for 3 straight hours in down east areas. It's a coastal storm, meaning that's where the most snow will fall, right along the coastline. And it'll be somewhere around 6 inches for a lot of us. And as you go inland, less snow will fall. The down east coastline, though, this blizzard warning's in place until about midnight tonight. And it'll actually be worst this afternoon, this evening, up until about midnight. That's when the snow bands will be moving through, and that's when the winds will be strongest to blow that snow around. The storm is now moving through the megalopolis, D.C. to Boston. Not fun at all. A lot of cancellations at airports right now. It's kind of a travel nightmare to our south. And those snow bands are working into southern Maine, and they're pretty much spreading through the area pretty quickly. Flakes up to about Lewiston now. And once you get into it, it'll be steady, and it'll start to pick up intensity quickly. And because it's so cold out and there's no warm air in sight, as you can see here, we're going to see temperatures at 30 or below for the entire storm. These road conditions are going to deteriorate really fast, and it's going to be a very tough morning commute. Let's go through the timeline here. Here it is, snow overspreading the area, working its way to the north. The intensity will pick up quickly. We're going to start to get into these snow bands, which at times will drop snow at rates of about 1 inch or 1.5 inches per hour. And again, it'll be tough traveling around all morning long. I expect the first flakes to get into the Bangor area right around 8 o'clock or so, maybe even a little bit earlier than that, because it is working in pretty quickly here. So this morning, again, not fun. We get to the middle of the day, steady snow continuing, although the worst at this point will be right along the coastline and over down east Maine. That's where these darker shades of blue are. Those are the really intense snow bands. At this point, though, the wind will be picking up, and the snow that's fallen and the snow that will be falling at that point will be blowing around and whipping around. So again, creating travel problems. During the afternoon, the storm will swirl through the Gulf of Maine and to our east, and we'll actually see the snow taper off fast as these snow bands fall apart. Obviously, the last to clear out of them will be in down east Maine, and that won't happen until well after dark. But the wind will still be making cleanup kind of a pain, with it throwing some snow back on areas that you've already cleaned off. Or if you're snow blowing, you have to make sure you've got the chute in the right direction so it doesn't blow back in your face. It's going to be a tough one to clean up because the snow is so dry and powdery. All right, here's the snow map, and we did make a few adjustments last night. We added a little bit more to down east Maine in that blizzard warning area where we're going to see 8+ inches, probably close to 9 or 10. Bangor up to about Augusta, about Lewiston, about Sebago Lake, getting around 4 inches. And then down to the coastline, it could be 6 to 8 inches of snow. As you can see up in the mountains, you're not going to get as much, but there'll be a little bit up there too. So that'll help out the ski resorts a little. This is when I think you can start doing the cleanup, or attempt to. Again, the wind will be a problem. I'd say 3 o'clock or so for Lewiston and Portland back to New Hampshire. After 3 o'clock for Augusta and Bangor at about 7 o'clock. And then it's down east Maine's turn, closer to, say, midnight, right before you're going to bed. You can get out there and do at least one pass with the snowblower or the blade, and then you'll probably have to do another one in the morning. Gale warnings are up for mariners. Seas 4 to 7, winds very gusty out of the north-northeast, 35 knots. Snow this morning especially, but it will taper this afternoon, highs in the 20s. Tomorrow we get ourselves a great winter day, highs in the 20s, light wind and bright sunshine. It's going to be fun if you like outdoor winter activities. Mixed showers on Sunday, and it could get a little icy. I'm thinking temps are going to struggle for a while, eventually getting above freezing, and then we get blasted from the Arctic. No rise in temperatures on Monday. Tuesday, highs in the single digits to around 10. Wednesday morning is going to be the most brutal of the stretch. That's when everyone dips below the freezing mark and below zero. And then later in the week, we could get some snowflakes here on Thursday as temps moderate a little bit. But it's going to be real harsh here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as far as the cold goes, Lee.
All right, well, as you were talking, I got the text message that my entire family's waiting for. So no school in South Portland today.
They're sleeping in or just cheering it.
Well, I just texted the teenagers whose alarm will go off in a couple hours. So
oh, yeah.
Back to bed. No school. So
sweet.
They'll be happy. All right,
Have fun.
thank you, sir.